This is our walking horse filly, Ed's Morning Latte. She's a bay horse with the gray genes, so she's going to turn white. She's out of my mare, uh, Macchiato, by our stud, the Blue-Blooded Bandit. And I think this might be the second time he's been on her, something like that. So this is how we start them. If you look at her, she's got, zoom in on her there. She's got that snaffle bit, but it's just hanging, okay? There's no reins to that. That's just to get her used to carrying it. And so he's directing her with the rope halter and the reins attached to the rope halter, which is, a rope halter in my opinion is in the hackamore family, you know, and how you would use it. Might not be as refined as like a Bozal or something, but it is in that same sort of family. And but she's doing really nicely. Her mom is a really beautifully gaited horse, very sensitive, you know, and I think she's taken after her. She's going to be a pretty mare when she's older. Super windy here right now. We're like saying, is a tornado going to be rolling in? You know, it's really windy. So I'm hoping I'm blocking it with my body. We'll see. And it's raining and everything. So this kind of stuff, windy, it can be a challenging time to ride a horse. You see how her ears are up, and see how she just flicked them back to him, but see how she's back with him now. Again, that's a really good sign, but you can see, I'll zoom in on it, see how her ears are back towards him. That's good. But windy environment makes a horse kind of nervous because there's so much motion. I think they can't instinctively, or they can't easily pick out predators, and so I think they get kind of on edge a little bit. So it's a natural sort of thing, but Eric's doing really well with her. And like what we say, we focus on all the overarching message, and everything that in every lesson we do is that they should be calmer at the end of it. Okay, so we work on calmness and getting him to relax. So Eric will he'll release any sort of pressure when she gives him some sign of relaxation, and it'll be different depending on the day and the horse. But you can see how windy it is. Things are blowing all over. I mean, it's really windy right now, and she's doing okay. See, he's clucking a little bit with her. He's trying to get her to pick up the pace a little. See, and I don't know if you saw that, caught that. If you rewind it, you can see he just jiggled his rope a little bit, like on his thigh. You know, we start off with as light as possible as a cue, because the light. If you start off hard, if your first cue is a harsh, hard cue, that's as light as you're ever going to be. So we start off light. They usually miss a lot of the light cues when you're first starting them, but as time goes on, they start picking up on the light cues, and then, you know, that's how you get your horse can be feather light and moving and all that kind of great stuff. But they kind of pick up on it as time goes on. Yeah, her registered name is Ed's Morning Latte. The guys call her Suzie Q. We call her Suzie all the time. See how he's jiggling around in the saddle and stuff? He's trying to get, you know, he doesn't want that to be the first the first time she feels that shift in his weight, he doesn't want that to be when he's half on or half off, you know. And so try to do that kind of stuff. Just get him like where it's no big deal, you know. And see how he's just tapping his thigh there. Now, if she didn't move out, he would increase the Q pressure. Maybe not that one, but he would have something higher, you know, that's a higher level. Like he might take the end of that Makati and use it as a quirt and just smack his leg a little bit, and then he might go over under with her, you know, and then at some end he might smack her on the butt or something like that if she was just balking and not moving. But as you can see, this horse is pretty forward and pretty sensitive. Sensitive horses will, if you cue into it, will make you look really good because you can be super subtle with them. Now, if you're an oaf sitting on there and you can't control your body, you can give yourself a real problem with a sensitive horse too. A lot of times you'll frustrate them and they'll actually start shutting down, you know, or get overexposed or something. But see how he picked up real lightly there. See, he first slid his hand down. And that was his first cue. And now he's just petting her, letting her see. See how he's doing that? He's just, if you notice his right hand, he released some of that rein too, so he wouldn't be preventing her. But what he's doing there, I think what he's doing there is he's trying to get, yeah, this is what he's doing there. He's trying to get her to shift her weight back a little bit on her rear end and take her left front foot over to the left and step over. That's what he's trying to do. So that's why his right hand has a little bit of pressure on the rein there, so that like the left hand is the direction, and the right hand at this point he's trying to get her to just shift her weight back ever so slightly, and then he'll release. Okay, because you want them to roll back on their rear end to where their front end gets very light. And that way they can pivot and turn easily and not be heavy on the forehand. I like how she's listening. Look at how her ears are going back to him. See that? Is this where you want me to throw the hat underneath her? He was just saying that I was on Jin over there. See Jin in the background? That's Fifth of Jin. I was on him, and he goes, "You want me to throw? Let me know when you want me to throw my hat underneath you." Let's see how light he is there, like that. Now the trick is, like, this is the thing that was hard for me to get to, because you hear all this light hands and light hands and light hands and soft hands and light horses and all that stuff, right? And the thing is you really can't get a horse light by always being light. At some point, there's got to be some sort of cue that they really want to avoid, okay? And you don't want that to be the first cue. You want that to be like the fourth or fifth cue, okay? So that once they avoid it, every time they avoid it, they go, wow, good, I didn't get that last cue. That's fine. And a lot of times you'll never end up, or very rarely ever use that cue on them. That last, you know, your most loud cue, you know, like maybe might be cracking them on the rear end, or might be using a spur or whatever. But you can't just get it by just being soft. Now you can, like in a round pen or something like this, because the horses are really smart, and they figure out that this is the classroom, and they can check out of, like, they don't get distracted as easy. like check out what's things that are going on in the environment. But when you get them out of a pen or out of an arena or out of a round pen, you get them out. That's when you really see how much or how little you've trained them to listen to you. Okay, so yeah, yeah, so that's good. Yeah, see how he's just now he wants her to shift his weight or her weight back just a little bit. This just takes this is the kind of stuff. Just you got to give the horse time. You got to give the horse a chance to digest it and concentrate. Another thing to think about too is that, you know, I'm always impressed by how long a horse can concentrate on something. I mean, most people can't concentrate on something as long as they do. I mean, they're amazing. And so you're building up that part to them too. You're building up their concentration level. See, he's just clucking. When he clucks like that, what that means to Eric and to the horses he's working is that I'm asking for something. You need to search and find, offer me some behavior. So they realize that when he just clucks like that, like that they still haven't answered. So they'll go, okay, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And see how he's just barely touching with his, see, he's trying to get her to step over with her left front foot there. And she's not doing it. She's not done it yet. See, she's exploring things that have worked for her in the past, and that is disengage the hind end. So she's doing that, and she's like, well, wait a minute, how come that's not making that go away? And so now he's just tapping a little bit on his side. See, he's trying to get her there, get her to step over. And you take the least. You don't go for perfection, you know, when you do this. See, so he's got his left leg. See, his left leg's out away, so he's opened the door. So over on this side, it's on the, you know, on his left side, he's opened the door, and then you can see on his right leg is. He starts off with pressure by the knee, his knee, and then he works down to his calf, and then he'll turn his toe out, and then he would make contact with his heel, and if that didn't do anything, then he would make contact with the spur. And if that didn't work, then he would roll the spur up their side. And it kind of prickles them and tickles them, and they move off of it. We're not ambushing these horses and spurring them like out of nowhere. So there's a real like a numbered list almost that you go through, especially when they're first learning like she is here. You know, we give them time to get it. Once they get it, then you can start getting more demanding, you know, because they know. And see, she's still thinking it has something to do with her hind end, see? But he's leaning back a little bit in the saddle, you see? And just trying to get her to, there. He took that. You got to take what you can get, right? It's good. Well, that's Suzie Q. Thanks for watching. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.